Hey, Bird Gang, and welcome to another live event. Today, we are bringing you something that is going to help you empower your data with AgainstData and Tomba. We have the founders, Abdurrahim from Tomba, and we have Alex from AgainstData. Welcome, guys.
Hi guys.
Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
hello. And as always, I have my co-founder, Sam Jasani, here as well. Sam, are we live? Have you checked?
We are live. Thank you, Omar, for the great introduction. I was missing. I was, waiting for to hear that, the accent, the powerful accent, the UK accent. So, welcome, Bird Gang. So happy to be here. We have both great founders are here. Tumba, you guys already know, and I apologize. I've been pronouncing his name wrong in the previous event, and we settle on Rahim, which is good. And we have Alex from Against Data. If you guys can hear us, please do comment on the YouTube or if you're on the Facebook group, so we know. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, we do have HM Shuja. We have Iftikhar Ahmed. Good morning, guys. Let's. What are we planning, Omar, today? Are we? Because I know you
So,
picked both of these tools, and I think there's like some kind of combo feature going on.
yeah, so I think the whole series about empower your data. I think these are two very, very powerful tools when it comes to managing data. One gives you the freedom to go and collect data from various different places, and the other one helps you protect your data from various sharks out there as well. So I think it's a brilliant combo. Also, both of these deals are ending next week, so we have 6 days left, if I'm counting correctly. So it's just the last opportunity to promote these and give the audience the opportunity to ask any questions regarding any of the products. So what we'll do is we'll start off with Tumba. They can give us a little walkthrough of the platform, and then we'll ask Alex from Against It as well to give us a walkthrough of the platform. And during that period, guys, ask to your heart's content any questions regarding the actual deal itself, regarding the product. Alex will address the roadmap later today. There is no roadmap available for Against Data at the moment, but it's something they're working on. The current issue with building a roadmap is just getting the dates and everything right to build out the features that are to follow. But be patient. We will address it in the live event. So if there's nothing else, then I will ask Abdurrahim from Tumba to share his screen and give us a walkthrough of the platform. Abdurrahim is very, very well known in the lifetime deal space, so he doesn't really need a much more introduction. Everybody knows him.
Exactly.
He's famous.
I agree.
Hello guys.
Okay. Let me share the screen. Are you ready?
Yes, sure.
All
Okay,
right.
great. So let's start with the domain search, the first feature. So as you can see, for every feature at Tomba, we have a tutorial in video and tutorial like in our help center. So in every tool, you will find that. So the first tool is the domain search. This tool will allow you to find emails for a specific domain or website. You can hover here. You can find the company detail, like phone number, size, company size, founded year, the country and state, and other information. You can also filter by personal or generics. Generics email are like role based, like privacy, info, support, press, developer, etc. You can also add save lead and export as a CSV. You will always see how much request you will use. So in this download, I will use only 2 requests. So the domain search is from 1 to 10 emails per one request. So this is the first feature. Also, in every other, like the extension, you will see the same thing as the web app. The same thing also in the Google Sheets and the Excel add-on. This is the first feature. The second feature is email finder. Email finder, this feature will allow you to find a person inside the company. For example, my twin brother Mohammed. He works at Tomba. We will also see where these emails are from. So when you install the extension, you will see that. So every email has a lot of sources where we get this data from. So this is the email finder. The author finder. Let me. I just let me up. Hold on. I just copy and paste here since I don't have the URL. So the author finder will let you find uh, authors or bloggers emails from in real time from the web. So you have to upload, give the tool the blog URL, and we will find the emails. Twitter and LinkedIn and and the country. I think Thomas is a man, is not a woman. Third features is the enrichment. The enrichment is uh, uh, let you find the current job or location and social profile for an email. So let's try the Abdurrahim at Tom at IO. As you can see here, this is the enrichment. You will if you have only emails, B2B emails, professional emails, we will enrich the data with additional information. Same thing with LinkedIn. LinkedIn email finder. You input a LinkedIn URL here, and we will give you the email and first name and last name and other information. The verification. The verification is a simple tool to validate the email, to check if the email exists or not. So let's try B Abdurrahim at Tomba.io. As you can see here the format, the type, the statue server, and the email statue, and the voice and voice name. You will always see where we get this email from. So let's go right now to the bulk domain search. For bulk domain search, you need to have a list of domains. So let's try. I have this for product hunt. I already scrape it. Sorry. I will select the URL, the website URL. From here, I can select the maximum email per domain. I just do like 20, 15, 100. I will let it like 10. Right now for speed to show you, I will just let it know, make it know. And for email type, you can set it as a personal. In priority, you can select multi-department like executive, finance, IT, make it also in priority and upload. No, sorry, Priyash. Product hunt. So it's for every bulk without verification, it will be fast. Like as you can see right now, from almost 400 domains, we found 1,000 emails in just 6 seconds. Here you can download the valid email only, or you can get the full list. For the email domain that we are not that didn't find any emails, you can also download this. I will download the valid only. Let's go to Google Sheet. So, bank. As you can see right here, the only valid email that we download from a list of 3,000 email.
How
This
how
is
many how many emails you got in there?
is here 1,000.
Oh, you got 1,000 emails. And sorry to interrupt. The list you uploaded from the product hunt, that's like something that you scrape and from product hunt, and you got all the domains. That's how you.
Yes, yes, it's a custom made like small script that take data from product hunt.
Okay. But that's the where did you get the domain? Where did you get the listing list from the product? And did you use like a Tomba for it, or use something else to, or you
It's
got it?
no, it's a custom made
Oh,
binary file.
it's a
Yes,
custom made that you guys made it, right?
yes, yes,
Either scrape it or whatever. Okay, makes sense. So if you have a list of domains, you can just, like, however you scrape the data and you got that domain, and you can upload it to Tumba and get, okay, I got it. Makes sense. It's pretty cool,
yes.
actually. Okay.
Thank you. So the company profile. So this is where you have a list of domains and you want to enrich them like test like tomba.io, snuff.io, like hrefs.com. So this will enrich the domains with other additional information.
Oh,
So like here industry, phone number, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, the country, and I think we have description. No, last one. Test. Yes, we have description. Yes, and CT. So this is the second feature in the bulk. Email Finder is the same. Hold on. Since I have one product hunt, you need to have the first name and last name. First name, last name, or you can use also full name if you don't. And website URL. Click validate.
so if you don't mind me asking, that list, the domain list you had from the product, and is this something that, how old that list is? Like, is this something you updated all the time, or is it like that you have been sitting on it for a year or so? Just curious.
Yes, it's old. Like from last year, I create script for one of my friends, and I use it for myself.
Perfect, makes sense. Actually, uh,
It's a Golang binary file. Like
yeah, no,
you can
it's
use it.
pretty cool. Like, the how you managed to get that, domains, and in one shot you got all the email, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, enrichment is the same. Author is the same. LinkedIn is the same. Right here is the author finder. I have a list of blog URLs. Yes, blogs. So here you will find, like, if you are CEO grow or and you want to contact editor of the website and add link, etc. You will find this tool very useful for that.
No.
And also, let's go to the lead section right now. You can add the lead. Okay. Okay. You can edit, delete, add first name, last name. You can add the country. You can use a custom attribute like string, number, or date. You can filter right here. You can print the data. You can export the data as a CSV or XML or TXT or HTML. We have also integration with Pip Drive and Airtable and HubSpot and other many
So
connected
MailChimp,
processes.
okay, Public Connect.
Yes, here the API we create a wide range of programming language to start with, so you don't have to to make yes.
I think, Rahim, I think the next step to complement this tool, it should be a outreach tool, right?
Yes,
Which would, I think, which will make more sense.
I think the next step is to make it in real time. So we have a plan to for LinkedIn and yes, for LinkedIn and Sales Navigator. Since we are already scraping the web right now, I think it's better to make it like work with the Sales Nav and LinkedIn. Because right now LinkedIn is very not good for me. So we have to make it in real time.
Okay.
Any question, guys?
Let's see if we have any questions. Again, everybody knows Facebook comments sometimes don't show up, and
So there are a few questions. So Inderpreet is asking, how from which platform can we collect and we connect it with the RPA platform?
Say again. Say again. Sorry.
Inderpreet is asking, how from which platform can we collect and we connect it with the RPA platform?
How
I think
much?
he wants to connect Tomba with an RPA platform to automate some of the.
Yes, you can connect Tomba with any external tool like Publi or your tool or your application or your SaaS. I don't.
So the RPA platforms work slightly different than Pabli and Zapier and things like this. So I think the question was related to that. So with the RPA platform, you just set up a workflow, and then while your computer is running, it will automatically go and do those tasks. So I think that is what the reference is to. I don't think currently Tomba connects specifically with any RPA platform, but I'm sure there is something you could possibly be able to do via the webhooks. Again, I'm not 100% sure, but that could be something to explore in the future.
Yes, yes, there are above is here.
Okay, Jaydeep is asking, how big is the Indian database in Tomba?
Basically, to be honest, we don't count, we crawl and we use another data like common crawler web data. Every month there is almost 4 billion or 3 billion. We process that, so we cannot give you the exact number of data because we take data from everywhere.
Okay, that makes sense. Inderpreet again is asking, how good is the email verification, especially for affiliate marketing bulk email sending?
Affiliate marketing box and what's
So
that?
the question is just in reference to the email verification. What is the accuracy?
Right now is not quite good as the comparator to be fair and yes, but we have a plan to make it better.
Okay.
So right now we are working on the verification. We already appreciate that 2000 private proxy with allowed ports like SMTP ports 25 for 78 or 2525. So these ports are important to make verification, and we are going to be like the other in the future for sure.
So I just want to bring something. When Rahim said, and he brings data from everywhere. I saw Alex start shaking his head. He's like, okay, now I know what to do. I'm like, he's like, thinking, okay, they are finding a way to collect data, and he's on the other hand trying to find to block those data. So it's interesting. Like I saw Alex like shaking his head. I'm like, okay, I know what to do now. It's just
Should definitely. I'm gonna chat with Rahim after this and see.
yeah,
But yes, it is interesting. I think we all know that this is happening, and I think that when these emails and techniques and all this data is used for good, then that's good. But when it's not, it's not. So it really, really depends.
exactly, and that's why some people need against data. Makes
Exactly.
sense.
Yes.
Exactly. So
Yes.
let's move on to the next question. Sorry to interrupt. It was just funny thing. It was I think I slowly understand. Okay, what Umar, why he wanted to do two events together, because they do complement each other. I see it now.
Okay, moving on to the next question. Jaydeep is asking, I was going to ask you, what is the author finder?
Yeah. Author Finder is a tool with capacity to find blogger or journalist from URLs, from website URLs. It must be a blog post or a news or something like that. It's
Okay, so
not.
Jaydeep, I hope you got that answer. So if your target is blog authors, you can take a bunch of blog URLs, add it, and then you can get the email of the author. Next question is, do you have an API that can attach directly so collected emails can do verification on automation?
It can attach it directly. What?
Yeah, so do you have an API so
Yes,
that when an email is collected, it gets verified automatically?
yes. The follow feature. It's common. Like I think 3 weeks from now. It's you have to follow a company, and where we find if there is a new email or new job or new post, you will get notified by email. So
Okay.
it's the follow feature.
I hope that answers the question in the Preet. Okay, Jingu is saying the interface looks similar to SEO platforms in Poland. Simple. Okay, does Tumba support Vietnamese data?
I think we support every data in the web, not just Vietnam or China or India. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Every small country in the world.
Okay, amazing. So that's the questions for Tumba. I'd like to ask one final question before we move on to Against Data. So, what are the future plans for Tumba going forward? I know Sam Jasani has already mentioned that maybe this could go in the direction of an outreach platform. But what do you, in your heart of heart, have plans for Tumba going forward?
I think from 3 weeks from now or 2 weeks, we are gonna rebrand entire Tomba. As you can see here, it's undesign. We're gonna change it to Next Pro UI. Also, we are gonna add search, so you can search by companies in France, in Switzerland. You can find by that, like by industry, by keyword. We will add look-like data. So you input domain or company, and we will give you look-like domains that serve the same thing. Like if I did hrefs, click on hrefs, SEMrush will, and also a lot of, yeah. Sorry. Also, let me see what I'm working on. Yes, verification gonna be changed. Uh, we will add search company and look like companies data as well.
Okay. Anything from an AI perspective we can expect or no?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
At the moment, we don't have any plan to add an AI for Tomba.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I think we just did have one final. Oh, we got two more questions, if you don't mind.
Yeah, sure.
One question is, Author Finder will be interesting for guest post out, all countries data or specific countries. So the data is for all countries, Jaydeep. Is there an opposite feature where we can use Tomba to get all the B2B companies from cold emailing us? Maybe team up with AgainstData, lol. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, there is a part connected to Tomba. What are the security issues and solutions? And two, is the system designed such as the backup system well designed for safe operation?
There is a part connected for Tomba. What are the security issue and the solution? What does that even mean? There is a part connected to Tomba. What are the security issue? What security issue?
I'm not quite sure.
I'm not quite sure either.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so Jingu, if you can rephrase that question, we will get back to it at the end. Abdurrahim, if you just want to give us some final thoughts on Tumba, we'll move on to AgainstData after that.
Yes. I think we will make it better by bringing the real-time finding and verification. So stay tuned for next update. Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
guys, so stay tuned. Any updates that come on Tumba will be announced in the early bird group. So we will try our best to make everyone aware of the new updates come in. And as everybody knows, Abdurrahim very, very well, Tumba is a very established product now. They didn't really want to do another LTD, but we managed to persuade them for this Black Friday offer. So do take advantage. Final 6 days. And again, if any questions have not been answered by Abdurrahim in the live event today, you can always ask them in the group, and we will get back. We endeavor to get back to you as soon as possible.
And there is still 10% of coupon available early bird, capital letters, and more data is coming, and data against is here to block it. So let's start with Alex, founder of Against Data. Alex.
Hello, Hybrid Gang. Yes, this has been very educational, I have to say. So yeah, it's quite interesting because again, I think that we're all aware of what's going on the internet. And again, sometimes these things work well in our advantage, and we get to find the people that we want to find, and we get to do cold reach out and so on. But like when we are on the receiving end of the scraping, it's a bit more difficult to deal with, right? So you get lots of spam, and that's just like part of it. You also get phishing attempts and so on. So our product is basically designed to help exactly with this. So maybe I should share my screen.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, just to show you a little bit like what we have been working on. So we are AgainstData.com. And the reason we exist is because we truly believe in privacy. So we believe that your email shouldn't be a dumping ground for spam, and we believe that your personal data shouldn't be a currency traded between companies. So we use the rights that were given to us by different privacy legislation around the world, like the GDPR or the CCPA and a lot of others, because there is privacy legislation in over 150 countries, which is crazy. So we use these rights to empower users to do different actions that can basically improve their privacy online. So just to quickly show you what we do. In order to log into AgainstData.com, you have to sign in with your Gmail account. Once you do that, then you go through the onboarding process, which is quite quick. You're gonna land on this dashboard. In this dashboard, you're gonna see how many companies are sending you emails. You're gonna see how many of those emails are promotional, And then you're also going to see how many companies hold your data and in how many countries that data is stored. And it's really interesting because the top part basically helps you unsubscribe and bulk delete and clean your Gmail accounts. And the second part goes even further, because even though you unsubscribe, companies still keep your data, so you can actually get them to delete that data. So we have two areas here. One helps you clean your inbox, and the other one helps you clean your data trail. When you go to the first tab, you're going to see basically all the emails that are emailing you, and they're usually quite a lot. Then we also have the promotional ones, and we also have some of the notifications. If you want to take action on one of the promotional ones, for example, let's say we are thinking about Pinterest, you simply click on subscribe. You can choose to delete all emails that are associated with the email address that you're unsubscribing from. You press unsubscribe, and then that's it. And here we just have a tab that shows you from how many companies you've unsubscribed and how many emails you have deleted. So doing this can help. There are a lot of people out there. We saw, I think that the biggest Gmail account we've seen, at least in a screenshot, had about 100,000 unread emails, which was quite impressive. So there are a lot of people out there who are struggling. Sometimes these Gmail addresses are actually your business, so you can't really just change and create another one and so on. So cleaning these emails can be quite important. We've also discovered that through the feedback that some of our users said that it gives them a bit more clarity, and that it makes them feel like they've achieved something at the end of the day when they start cleaning their inbox. And that was kind of funny, because to be honest, I never actually thought that it can bring a sense of achievement. So who knows, maybe we're gonna gamify it a little bit more in the future.
Perfect. So a lot of questions that we one was a roadmap that you did already answer. So I wanted you just to go through one more
So we
more
can,
about. I think the roadmap. I think you still want to get more personal feedback from the users and then build the roadmap based on that, I guess.
yes, and we can definitely talk a little bit about it, about the roadmap, because we got after the first session we got so much feedback from users, and I think that this has been happening in the last few weeks, and that was really useful. So we went through all the feedback, and we discovered a few themes, basically. One of the themes from the feedback, let me just move to this screen because I like it better. One of the themes from the feedback was the multi-account. That was one of the first things that we discussed, and the multi-account is already implemented. So basically, if you go here, you're going to see that I have 3 different Gmail addresses connected, and I can quickly switch through them. So this is the other one, this is the other one, and it just works in the same way that basically Google lets you switch between accounts. Then there were a bunch of other very interesting features that our users asked for. Maybe one of the most popular ones was integration with other platforms. This is one that we're really working to make real as soon as possible. Like I've said, I can't really give you a date right now, but it is definitely on our priority list. Apart from that, we also got a few requests for an affiliate program, which I don't really know if it actually qualifies as a feature per se or not, but that was interesting, and that's going to be launched again pretty soon. So if you're interested in that, because I've also heard some of you guys asking about how you can use Tomba for affiliate emails. So this is also coming soon. Let me think. What else? There were a few suggestions on the information that we display on the app right now. The number of emails that you get from each address, maybe the date when the last email was sent versus the date when the first email was sent, and also having a little bit of a preview. So I see that I'm getting emails from London International Awards, but I don't really know what sort of emails I get from London International Awards. So having this little preview here to make the decision process easier. This is also something that we're considering. So just to wrap up, I guess we had some big themes. The biggest one being, when are you going to be able to provide more than just the Gmail integration? So that is a top priority. When are you going to be able to provide an affiliate link? That's an affiliate program, that's also a priority. And then a lot of maybe more like micro features that we have collated, we have considered, and we are trying to implement as much of the feedback as possible, because we are letting our users guide what's coming next, and we really want to make sure that what we build is useful.
Yeah, and I agree. I think even for myself, I use Gmail, and I do have other domains that are not hosted on Gmail, right? And I get a lot of emails that it's a lot of emails coming from mostly from overseas. Um, Suppliers are contacting us. I don't know how they find my email. That's a business email, personal email, and they are mostly from overseas countries, right? And they don't even give you the option to unsubscribe on their emails, right? And I, if I, and to be honest with you, like we pay for the hosting separately, and it costs money, and I'm using it for a business. So we have about like 13 emails, including sales support, our own emails, including the staff emails. So that's something it's very annoying, because they try to reach everybody, like whichever email they can get, and everybody will get the same email, and no unsubscribe, and you just have to mark them. So you, and it's overwhelming, and you get tired of it. Like how many times you have to keep doing it. Sometimes you just leave it. So I
Yeah.
think you have that option available. I think it will open up a door for a lot of new users to come and join against data.
100%. And to be honest, we've been amazed by how many people asked for that. And you're right, like I also have a set of emails which are personal and they're not Gmail, and I get a lot of random emails on those ones. Speaking of overseas, there's a company that's been trying to sell me batteries for a really really long time. I still haven't bought the batteries yet, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. There's also a really interesting thing when we were researching the famous unsubscribe button, because companies always try to make that unsubscribe button as small as possible, because maybe you're not going to see it. But the interesting thing is that it doesn't always work, and also it's actually just a link. So when you click the unsubscribe button, you don't really know what you're clicking, because when you think about phishing and so on, it's a very smart way to get people to click on a link that they shouldn't click on, just by adding it behind the unsubscribe button. So we what our app does is actually set rules in your Gmail account, and that goes basically around the whole unsubscribe process, and makes sure that once you click unsubscribe in AgainstData.com, you're really not going to get any more emails from that specific email address. We do have a split. So for example, if you're getting emails from different email addresses from the same company, you will have to make a decision on each one, just because, marketing at company.com, maybe you don't want to see, but maybe invoices at company.com, maybe you do want to see. So it's important to go through everything and do some cleanup. Also, another interesting feature, because like thinking now about the roadmap, another interesting feature is that a lot of people were asking for was just a button to solve everything. So can we just have a button that will basically unsubscribe us from everything and delete everything and so on? So we are thinking of ways of bringing that sort of macro action, let's call it, to life. But realistically speaking, I know it's overwhelming when you've just gathered like so much stuff in that email. But once you're able to go through everything, then things will be a lot easier to maintain. And macro actions are good, and we are looking at what we can do with that. But everyone needs to be a little bit careful, because you can't just unsubscribe from everything, but maybe you can just unsubscribe from all promotional emails with just one click, and you can delete all past notifications with just one click without actually unsubscribing. So trying to keep everything as clean as possible. Also, because you've mentioned cost, so cost applies, and it's a big factor. It also applies to Gmail accounts. We've had again users that were very close to their Gmail storage limit, and now Google was trying to charge them, which meant that they were basically forced to clean those emails. And those emails were like really full. Just imagine if they got to a point where they didn't have enough storage. So it is better and easier to use AgainstData.com and keep like even those costs to a minimum, or basically to keep your Gmail free if it's not a workspace one. So that's another way that you can easily use it to save some money.
Perfect. I think we do have few questions, and I do have one question that might. Uh, I don't know if you have the way around for it. Sometime people use as a forward email or alias, kind of like, they use a tool like Vend email, where you get all, if they give you like a temporary email or like a email address, and then your main account will get the email, confirmation every time if there's some emails come to that email. So how do we unsubscribe to that, and it does against that, like able to find it?
Not for now. We are looking into it. I understand what you're saying, and I know that Apple will also try to push this a little bit. It's some sort of privacy thing, but not
Exactly.
really. And it's also like a very interesting attempt to get to your inbox. We're looking at what we can do about that. It's really interesting, because like people who normally do that don't really want to be like in a real relationship with you, because like if you have something important to communicate, you're probably going to use your own email, right? So you're probably going to use the email that you want to get a reply to. uh, to give a little bit away, we are looking at creating a whitelist function. So basically, we will save in a different folder, a different part of the app, all the new emails that are that are being sent to you, that should reach you, but you're not going to get them in your inbox just yet. So every once in a while, you can see who are the new emails that have emailed you, and you can basically accept or decline. And if you don't accept, those emails won't be able to reach your inbox. I think that, at least from my personal experience, one of the most there are two things. Like, one of the most annoying thing is the interruption, because it feels like when you're a founder, or when you have your own business, or even when you work for someone and so on, it feels like being connected to your email is a must. So every time it bings, I feel like I actually have to check it. So this is very helpful because I don't have to check it and get slightly annoyed every so often. And another thing that I think, at least to me, is quite useful. I feel like I'm fighting back to some extent. I feel like, at least I used to feel quite powerless, and you just leave it, and you, at least again, personal my personal experience, I had so many unread emails and so much spam that I would basically lose sight of the important emails and so on. So that can also be, you don't really want to give up the email and so on. I'm sure that a few people can relate to this. So just making sure that your focus is on the right thing, I think that's also quite important, and that's how it helped me personally.
Perfect. Just a quick question. I think you did answer it last time, and I was just looking at the platform again. And so when you asked, like, there's an option where there's a personal data that's
Yes.
held up by the marketing company, and you can request them to delete the data. So when we take that action, because I see in my dashboard, I see UPS, and I think I never registered at UPS to get any emails or anything like that. So if I take action there, I understand that I won't be getting any emails, but removing a personal data means they will be removing completely from their end my username or my email address, and only thing will remain is like some invoices, or if there's anything like related to billing and something like that, right? But the rest of this information, like even if I have an account there, let's say on UPS, will that be deleted or no?
So this is a very interesting question, and this is where I think we get a lot into the complexities of the way that we use the internet and the complexities of the of the legislation. But I will try to explain it as like the way that I sort of explain it to myself, like in the simplest way possible. So UPS, like this company that you have a relationship with, and you, like you can be different things to UPS. You can be a marketing lead. So maybe they have your marketing email. You gave them their consent at some point and so on. So they have your data for marketing purposes. Maybe you're also a client, which means that you probably got something through UPS at some point. Maybe you shipped it, maybe you were just the receiver, like something like that. Maybe you're an employee of UPS, right? So at some point, they have that sort of data. So the relationships are quite complex. And then at the same time, the legislation sort of guides the company on what they should act on and what they shouldn't act on when they receive a deletion request. So let's just assume that you are all these things to UPS. So when they get the deletion request, the first thing that the company should do is search you in all their databases and understand what relationship they have with you. And then when they have the full picture, so they see that they have a marketing lead relationship, a customer relationship, and maybe an ex-employee relationship, then they'll have to consider what they can legally delete and what they can't. Marketing, if you've sent a deletion request and so on, all marketing information and so on, that should be deleted. Then you move on to the next one. You're a customer, right? It really depends how long ago you've been a customer. Like if it's more than 5 years, they should also delete that data because the law no longer requires them to keep it. If you've been an employee, they're probably going to keep that data for a really long time because that's where the law is slightly different. Most companies will not delete, or I would say probably all companies, like they will not delete your account if you have an account with them without notifying you. So you're probably gonna get another email from them, and they're gonna say, "Hey, we got your data deletion request. We understand it, and so on. You're taking action on this. We'll also delete your account. Are you sure you want to do this?" And based on where you are in your relationship with that company, you can decide to delete it or not. So the data deletion right is not a right that is can be applied to everything. It can be quite complex. I don't think that it should be abused. So just look at the companies that you really don't have any relationship with and use it for those companies.
I just did the request for the UPS.
And see what happens.
I just did it like while I just pressed the send button just when you finish. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna request the thing because I don't have on particular that email. I have nothing to do with the UPS. I don't know how they got my email address. So yeah, that will be fun. So what else? Do you want to go through the question, Omar, quickly? We got a
Yeah, we
few.
can. Just a quick question from me. So I know you've mentioned the whitelists are coming very, very soon. Would it not be possible to have a blacklist at domain level so you can block?
That's also something that we're looking at. So we will cluster together all the emails from the same domain that are sending you emails, and you will be able to take action at the domain level. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Okay, let's get to these questions then. So first question is, this tool looks really interesting. Who is your direct competitor for AgainstData?
So there are a few different competitors. Like on one hand, there are a few other platforms that are doing email management. I think that clean.email must be the biggest one. And anyway, they're different in different ways. Some of them are super complex. Some of them help you do a lot more things than we do. That's where I think that it gets very complicated, and it's like it feels like they've built like feature over feature over feature without uh, thinking about, I don't know, the simplicity of use. At least that's where our focus is. And on the other hand, there are also some platforms that try to educate and try to help you send deletion requests. There are also some platforms that, like Privacy Hawk, I think is one of them, for example, that help you. I know this is a big thing in the US, that help you delete your data from the companies that are actually displaying it publicly on like people.com, or I don't know, websites like people websites. But we're trying to bring everything together in the same space, in the same platform. So cleaning your inbox and deleting your data. And I'm not aware of any other app that does things, that brings these features together, that does things exactly the way that we do.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
that
I
that
just,
is pretty
sorry.
cool because sorry, I just want to bring this because what you just mentioned, and it's a very smart idea because sometimes when you search your name and you see your testimonial is there or something like that, which without your consent, yeah, you can email them. But I think if the platform, let's say, you search a word or you search your name on against data, and it shows you the list of where are you mentioned, and from that, like from that particular link, if we press some button or something or take a action, and if the platform can do that, because that's actually complements your tool very well. And I think if that feature comes in, even like for example, like product hunt, like for example product hunt, if you have commented or anything like that, but you commented on their platform, but you don't want to be part of a search engine to show your name, like you will see some of the comments you posted on some platform, but it end up showing up on Google itself.
Yes, that's true. You're pitching us making a deal with Tomba, basically, because like right, we were just looking earlier at how you can search for your email and see where it appears, like on what links. So we can definitely take that into
But you
consideration.
understand what I mean? Like it's because you are like, for example, like there's platform. I'm not gonna name one particular platform, and I was looking for one of the users who did a review on a platform, and what I could do, I could just put that username. I can copy that name, and I can put it on Google, and from that platform, all the comments that user have done so far, and to dig in just to see how many places he has reviewed. Is he doing like, kind of paid reviews, or is he doing like manipulation on the tools, hyping some kind of, product or something like that, so I can see everything, the repetitive content that he, or is he working for that company itself. So because what they do sometimes, hire your own guys, do the own reviews, or comment it, and uh, hype up the tool or hype up the product, right?
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
and then you can see like how many places this guy been doing it, for so long, right? So what I'm trying to say, it's if I want to search something for myself, not for others, for myself, or for anybody in the family or the company, we should be able to request to delete the comment from the search result, not from the platform. We had a consent, we give the comment, right, for people
Yeah.
to see it publicly, but that doesn't mean that the whole world to see it publicly.
Yes, well, 100%. And there are a few nuances to this, but it's a very interesting idea. And when it comes to usernames, I think that Google still sort of displays results when you search for a username. Nowadays, when you search for email addresses or when you search for phone numbers, I think that in a lot of countries, you're going to see that Google doesn't show results anymore, which is really interesting. Facebook also stopped. They used to have a search function where you could just search by someone's Gmail address. So instead of searching for a user just because you know their name or whatever, you just copy pasted their email address, and that no longer works. But yeah, this is interesting. And when you think about the impact that the fact that you appear, like your comments appear in a search engine, the impact that might have, this is something definitely interesting and something to investigate.
Yeah, and also
Yes.
it's and you don't get the whole context of that. Like even for the conversation, like say if there's on a platform there's a conversation going on, and let's say if somebody mentions something, and that conversation is part of the search engine showing it there, but they don't know what is the rest of the conversation, because you have to be inside the platform, right? So it's kind of a little bit of misleading. So I think for users, or who are using against that, I think if this is something, if you can, and I'm not talking about on behalf of somebody else, I'm talking about myself, I'm talking about like person who's using it, and they want to reveal more data, and they want to see more data where it's been published, and can be blocked to not being published outside the platform.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely something to look into.
Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly crack on with these questions because we're running out a bit of time.
All right.
Is the platform GDPR compliant?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
How
compliance is a journey. This is just like from a lawyer. So when you're compliant, you're never yes or no, but short answer is yes, we are.
okay. How accurate is the information of the data stored by specific email data?
If the specific email data, so basically if the question is how accurate is the list of companies that have your data, that's quite accurate. The companies will sometimes say, hey, we don't really have any of your data, but that mainly happens because they don't really have the right tools to search for you. Sometimes they will say, hey, we have deleted your data, and maybe you're going to still get something from that company. That also happens because they don't have the right tools to be able to delete that data. So again, it's a journey, but that's why we have the unsubscribe function. So you are able to block everything.
Amazing. Okay. Faz Musa is saying, brilliant, love the multi-account feature. Okay, Inderpreet has asked a question which I don't think is correct. It says, can it help in targeting B2B marketing companies? So that would be Tomba.
That would be
Not,
Tomba.
yeah,
Yes, that's
not,
why we are here together today, because we do complement each other. I have to say it was a brilliant choice to bring us together. And Rahim, think we should definitely chat, connect and chat after.
that would be a killer partnership, guys.
Yeah.
Can AgainstData track and find if our personal data available on the dark web?
No, not yet, but it's something that we're looking into.
Okay, Faz is saying would be great to isolate emails by keyword and then be able to batch them into one download.
Download, interesting. We haven't actually considered downloading yet, but we are considering, like, we're looking at a search function, and like you said earlier, to cluster together all the different email addresses that you get from the same domain.
Okay, remove your personal data from a specific site. Can we get specific alerts?
Specific alerts, this is something that, again, we have considered, and I think it's actually on the roadmap. So you will be able to get alerts, and you will be able to also get a summary at the end of every month, knowing how many emails we have blocked, how many data, how much data was deleted, how much time you saved, and stuff like that. So yes.
Amazing. Bravely is asking, can it completely help me eliminate spam emails?
Yes, the one thing that I would add to that is that spam isn't like a problem that exists just once in time, something that's continuous because of like everything else that happens, your email being scraped and so on. So it will help you stop spam. We recommend to use it every 2 months, just see what's new and just keep unsubscribing from stuff. Once you clean your email, it's way easier to keep it clean.
Okay, amazing. Would this work on emails that are forwarded to our Gmail account from another email account that we own outside of Gmail?
No, it will not. Just because the sender is not actually that company, the sender is your second email account, if that makes sense.
No, what he's saying is he's got a separate account, but
Yeah.
all emails in the separate account are forwarded to the Gmail, so it exists in the Gmail. So would that be possible?
I mean, when you look in your Gmail address, when you see the sender, when is the company the sender, or is the account where you forward from the sender?
Ah, okay, I got you. Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's the thing, because again, we take action on that email address. So basically, you're just going to unsubscribe once, but you're actually going to unsubscribe from your own domain that's forwarding, right? So
Yeah.
short answer is no.
Okay, that makes sense. Niru is asking, how can we scrape emails? Again, that's not against data, that's Tomba. So Asif is asking, how do you assure customers that email shown in your app is not being compromised?
So in order to be able to integrate with the Gmail API, you have to go through a third-party security assessment, and you have to do that every year. So long story short, Google has their own security rules that you have to oblige by, and it's not something that we decide that when we pass the test, it's a third party. So we've done that. This is our third year, I think. So long story short, we don't make the rules. We just follow them as much as possible in order to make sure that, and of course, like when you're signing with your Gmail account, you don't really, like, our platform doesn't hold any data. It's all with Google.
Amazing. Faz Musa has just made a tongue-in-cheek comment. He says, that custom flow mat company has emailed me every day for the last 7 years. He definitely needs against data. Okay, does this work exclusively on Gmail? The answer to that is yes. Asif is saying, Toomba giving your emails to others, Sam. Now you need against data to get rid of it.
That is the circle of life.
Exactly.
With against data, we will remove all spam within 1 minute. Thank you, Ngok, for your comment. It would relevant to the product to add a feature of creating anonymous emails on the fly to sign up to a service for testing. Proton Mail and some other services have implemented this feature.
Because we're not an email client per se, so we're not where you read your emails. We're not the place where you send your emails. So right now, we're not really looking at creating this like middle email that helps you. I think that Apple is using that right now. I don't really think, anyway, at a more philosophical, stupid, in a more philosophical and stupid way, I don't think that's actually the answer to the email problem. The answer to the email problem is actually having a bit more control over what you already have, and that's what we're trying to build.
Yeah. Okay. Inderpreet is asking, will it help in guiding keywords that results in spam email? No.
No, but there are other tools to do that. You just copy paste your email in that tool, and it's going to tell you if it's spammy or not.
Okay, I have tried a few of those tools, and I don't really, I'd never really liked them, so I don't think they're very good.
No, because it doesn't, like, realistically speaking, the reason why people are ignoring the emails is because they really don't want to see those emails, not
Yeah.
because like you wrote, hey, discount, because like the tool says when you use the word discount, then that's spam and it's being classified as spam. And then again, maybe it is and it gets to the spam folder and so on. But like the realistically, it's about communication. It's about people that don't really want to communicate with you. You're just trying to sell them Chinese batteries like they're trying to sell me. But I don't need the batteries, so there we go.
Okay. Are there any risks associated with using against data?
Well, I would say that life is a risk in general. But again, we follow the Google security guidelines and we are Google OAuth certified. So we do our best to be super secure. So I would say no. But again,
Okay.
when we think about compliance, when we think about risk, so risk is either very low, middle, or high. There's no such thing as zero risk to anything. I mean, you can see yeah.
Okay. How does the app detect spam, and is there any possibility of false detection? Does the app track what emails have been subscribed?
Well, we this is a feature like what emails you've unsubscribed from. This is a feature that will come, so you're gonna see like the list at some point. This is something that we are considering. It's pretty interesting that Google actually sorts labels when you activate like the smart features for Gmail. Google itself, like Gmail itself, sorts what type of email it is. So if it's promotional, if it's a notification, or if it's something else. So that's what we use, the labels already created by Gmail.
Okay. How does against data help me reduce the carbon footprint of my inbox?
Well, this is quite interesting because sending emails and storing emails actually require energy consumption, right? And this energy consumption, of course, has like a CO2 footprint. So basically, it was proven that the CO2 footprint of an email, of storing an email, can be somewhere between 5 grams and 50, if I remember correctly. This is just because some of them are really small and some of them have attachments and so on, and they're bigger and bigger and bigger. So actually, by blocking emails and by deleting the stored emails that you have, you reduce your footprint, your CO2 footprint, because long story short, our digital activity, all our digital activity, including email and including storing emails, has a CO2 footprint. So that's how it works. The more you delete, the greener you are.
Okay, this tool is like social mention type. It will help to remain email and data. I
Uh,
don't quite understand the question, Jaydeep. Um, I don't know if you can rephrase that and ask it again, and then we can get back to it at the end. Asif is saying it would be better for the growth of your product if you could educate customers importance of data, how to protect it, their rights, and how to stay protected. This will help build trust in the product and increase product reach.
yes, 100%. And we have quite an active blog and guides section right now on our website. We are looking at starting a YouTube channel soon. If anyone knows anything about it, hit us up. But yes, we are trying to do as much as we can on the education part.
Amazing. This is a great session, but I'm feeling a bit ill today, so I'm a little down too. By the way, it's really concerning that most of the time I'm now aware if the email I received is from authorized opt-in or from an unauthorized list. Get well soon, HM Shuja. We
Get
wish you
well
the
soon.
best.
And yeah, this is the big question. Like, who remembers when they opted in anyway? Because maybe you're just like you just went on a website and the first thing that you see is like, leave your email here and you're going to get 20% off. You don't really know what's on the website of if you're going to buy something, but like 20% off is 20% off. So there you go. So yeah, it's tough to know what you've opted in for and what you haven't.
I think one of the worst experience I've had recently is when I signed up for one Beehive newsletter and then I started receiving multiple Beehive newsletters. I don't know if anybody else has experienced the same, but because they work off one kind of thing, they must share your email address somehow, and then everybody just starts spamming you. So I blocked Beehive domain in the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a quite an easy, well, not necessarily easy, but it's not the one of the cheapest ways of outreach. So yeah, people will do it.
Asif is saying Sam is taking all the time. Nice one. Get well soon, brother. AD might be an enemy. AgainstData might be an enemy of cold email marketers. So yeah, that's a reference to AgainstData.
Yes, but it's
Um,
like again the universe, right? Every force has an opposing force. So there we go. They do their job, we do our job, and we see like
mm,
where we get to in the end.
mm. How will it help in bounce rate?
Well, if we think about againstdata.com, I don't think that bounce rate is connected in any way, right?
No. So this is not a send-in tool. This is a way to block unwanted emails on your platform and request the deletion of data that some companies might hold of you.
Yeah.
So I hope that makes sense. There was a tool recently on Lifetime Deal that hides your email on your website to prevent scraping. Might be an easy service for AgainstData to offer.
Nice, nice. If you have a link or a name for that, please send it my way. It's really interesting.
Okay, good question and response. Almost felt planted long. Good session. Thank you, Atlee, for joining us. Okay, so that is the end of all the questions. Alex, any final words on AgainstData? I know you've already addressed the roadmap. So, guys, the roadmap is coming soon. So, do bear with us for that.
Definitely.
But I know AgainstData has a lot of things planned in the future. One thing I will say is when we were originally in talks to bring this deal as a lifetime deal on early bird, we did look into all the other like competitor products. There's not one product that is a one for one with AgainstData. So some tools have a lot more features, some tools have different features, some tools don't have the same amount of features as AgainstData. But one thing I will say with AgainstData, like you will not beat the UI and the UX that this platform has. I think it's built so that it's easy to use for anybody. Some of these other platforms you can get on and really get lost. And I will say just to end that a platform like this has never been offered on a lifetime deal. And at this price, guys, it's crazy. So take advantage.
Kind words. Thank you so much. And yeah, I urge everyone to just get on the platform and just see how it works. And I will pass on the kind words of UI and UX to our colleague, to our co-founder Alexis.
Amazing. Sam?
Yeah, guys. We super excited about both of these platform. Very good platform. They work. We do have 10% off going on. Take advantage of it. 30-day refund policy. If you're not happy with it, if you have any questions, feel free to message us or the founders. They are available to help you out. What else? I just can't wait for New Year. There's a lot of things are coming up, a lot of challenges, and we are ready. We are ready for you guys. And yeah, that's about it. That's about it, I guess. Yeah.
Just we've actually received one comment on YouTube for AgainstData. I'll just read
Yeah.
it out because I think it's quite nice. It says, "I
Uh,
was
I'll,
amazed that."
yeah.
Sorry.
Sure. Go ahead. I'll share. I will show it on the screen if that
Oh,
helps.
there we go. I was amazed at how much junk was in my Gmail account. It's 20 years old and I have 844 send-in promotions, 3,322 send-in me emails. Yikes! No wonder I miss more important emails. Time waste. And then to finish it off, they say, next comment, Sam.
Sorry. Next, I don't think a lot of people do comment on the YouTubes.
No, there's another one from the same person. There we go. Thank you for such an amazing product AgainstData. So that's from Vasti Design. So thank you very much for taking time to comment on YouTube.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So yeah, guys, as we've mentioned, Tomba and AgainstData will both end in 6 days' time. When this call ends, these guys will have a chat as well to see if they can possibly come up with some killer partnership ideas. So this is what the LTD space does, guys. You guys want products, we bring you these products. Then some of these founders collab and they do something crazy together. And this is how not just products evolve, but spaces evolve as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see what these guys can come up with. It seems
Yeah.
very, very interesting and exciting.
And once again, thank you so much, Raheem from Tumba. See, I'm trying my best, okay?
Yes,
And
yes.
Alex from Against Data. Also, we have one of the user, Jaideep. I think his birthday. I think it's tomorrow or today. I think it's today for because he's in India. So happy birthday to you! And guys, thank you so much for all the support you guys have been giving us at Early Bird. We are, very thankful and appreciate all the good comments and all the positive comments and messages you guys send us. We are trying our best to bring solid tools in future. Feel free if you have any questions, even if you have any deals that you guys think that we should launch. Please feel free to DM us, either Omar or myself. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. Have a great day. Good night. Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
All the
Thank you,
best, guys.
guys.
Thank you. Take
All the
care.
best,
Bye now.
guys. Bye.